Good morning, guys. This is the Crypto Jarhead. I do have a Thorn coin update. Not quite the update that I was hoping to give you guys. But their Telegram put out an update today. The upgrade on the short-term staking is almost complete, and they'll be going live again on Sunday night. So these guys, they're working hard. They really are. I'm very impressed with how much effort Thorncoin is putting into their platform. I'm very, very pleasantly surprised at how professional they are. Are they absolutely perfect all the time? Well, no, of course not. There's people behind it, real people behind it, just like you and me. And I don't know about you guys, but I make mistakes sometimes. It happens. But these guys are working their butts off to give us this unbelievable platform. So now I was hoping to have an answer on whether long-term staking if it's functions exactly like the lending platforms that we know and are used to dealing with, or if it is a true staking platform. So the difference would be a true staking platform, the price of Thorn, it wouldn't matter one bit what the price of Thorn was when you start that stake, because they're just paying you interest on the tokens you have. So it's basically the same thing as short-term staking at that point. Where the long-term staking is just, it locks it for longer, and you're going to get way more Thorn for your money every day, or for your Thorn, rather than just short-term staking. So instead of that 12% a month, you would be making somewhere in the ballpark between, hopefully like 45%, if they're paying about 1.5% a day. But we've been kind of averaging around 1. That's kind of what I'm basing my expectations on, is 1%. So that way if they do exceed that and start producing at 1.5, then that's a bonus for me. But if they stick around 1%, I'm still happy with that. It's fine by me. However, if they do operate like a true, like a lending platform that we're used to, then the price of the Thorn at the time that you start the stake is going to make a huge difference. So for example, if you had 1,000 Thorn and you wanted to stake them today, when it's hovering around, $1.50. Actually, I have not checked the price of Thorn this morning. So 1 second. Okay, yeah. So it looks like Thorn has not moved too much. It's trading for around $1. I haven't converted that to Bitcoin price. I also haven't checked on the price of Bitcoin, but that's, unless Bitcoin fucking tanked overnight, that's around $1. It does look like a little while ago you could have gotten them for around 50 cents, 60 cents, so on and so forth. So kudos to those guys, unless of course this was Thorn doing their buyback, in which case, good on them for protecting the price of their coin. But for the most part, it seems like it's hovering around $1 and staying at that point for now. So, if you had 1,000 Thorn and you started that stake today, it'd be right around $1,000 stake. Getting 1% a day on that, just figure on 1%, that'd be $10 a day. However, if you started that same stake, that same 1,000 Thorn, when Thorn was, say, $50 each, then you'd have a $50,000 stake, and you'd be getting $50 a day instead of 10. Or no. Sorry, 500. It's still really early in the morning, guys. I'm not quite 100% fully awake yet. But anyway, there's a huge difference between $10 a day and $500 a day. And that would certainly be worth waiting for. But so I'm still waiting on confirmation. What I am going to go ahead and do is I'm going to test this out, because I did see a video from what was it, the Staking Platform News 2 channel. It was some, I don't remember what the hell his name was, but some I actually loved it. Some real Southern gentleman, seemed like a real redneck kind of guy. Like he was talking, he was talking like a country bumpkin, which I dig. I didn't meet any Southerners until I was in the service, because I was born and raised just south of Detroit, and then so I didn't really have any opportunity to meet Southern people until I was in the service. But some of my best friends were Southerners, so it was kind of nice for that. But I mean, he had like chickens up on his stream. Like he had like it was him. You could see his face. He was talking to the camera. Then he had another camera that had the chicken coops up. Then he had a third camera that was showing his screen capture, like what I do. Then a fourth one that had scrolling, all their social media stuff. It was pretty cool. It was actually a really good video. I liked it a lot. But one of the people on their Telegram or Discord channel, I think it was their Discord channel, had emailed Thorn about what's going to happen to his daily interest. Like, he said, if I'm getting one Thorn coin now per day in daily interest, when the Thorn coin is at $1, and then Thorn coin rises up to $2, would I still get one Thorn coin, or would I get 0.5? And Thorn replied with, you would get 0.5 in that case. So it does sound like it is more like a lending platform than a true staking platform. However, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start a second 25 Thorn stake, because that is the minimum. Well, actually, no, it looks like the minimum now is 5. But I already have one 25 Thorn stake. As you can see down here, I'm getting in the ballpark at the 1% range. I'm getting about 0.25 Thorns, which makes sense if it's a true staking platform, and it carries on that rate pretty well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a second 25 Thorn long-term stake. And obviously not the interest earned today, because it's only going to be a portion of a day. But the interest that I earn tomorrow is what I'm going to be looking at real hard. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking to see if this doubles, or if it only goes up just a tiny bit. Because right now, with Thorn being around $1, and it'll tell me right here when I do 25, it'll tell me exactly the value of my Thorn here. So the value is $12. Wow. Oh, damn. So right now Thorn is being valued super cheap. Around 45 cents or so. Okay. Well, so $12 loan, right? 1% of that would be about 12 cents a day, which should be nothing. Very, very, very small amount of Thorn increase. So if this stays around the same, then it will be a good idea for me at least, to wait until the Thorn price has risen before I go ahead and do my true long-term stake. However, if this just like doubles, then I will be sending those results to Thorn and asking for clarification. Just because I want to know, for sure, whether it's staking or lending under the staking name. Because if it really is just staking, then I would have absolutely no problem just throwing all that into a stake. The rest of it into a stake now and starting to earn the interest off of my Thorn. But if it is lending, then I will wait until the price is more attractive to me and then do my stake. So we'll find out here in a couple days what the results are from this, and if the results are more looking like a true staking, then I will send those results to Thorn and ask for some clarification. Because I don't want to bother them with a million, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm sure they're getting a ton of email, and they are answering their emails, but they've got more important stuff to do, But when it comes to my investment and trying to get the most out of my investment and stick to my strategy, I'm going to need some clarification to make sure that the information that I have is actually correct. So we're going to confirm that right now. What? I might have had to actually push on that little thing. My bad. I kind of assumed it was already pre-selected. But let's see. Okay, there we go. So, I have 58 in the stake right now, and we will see what's going on with that. Now, I am planning, as soon as short-term staking opens back up, I'll probably throw all of that into a short-term stake. Just because the price has not moved significantly in an upwards direction since the exchange has launched. And I think it's been up for like 5 days now. So I do believe the price will increase. I have zero doubts about that. The only question is when. And if it's not going to increase really quick, really fast, then my idea of selling on the internal exchange and turning around and buying more on the external for about the price that we can buy for now on the internal, that is going to be, it's going to be moot. It's just not going to work. I'll just make do. I'll go back to my original strategy for Thorn with my 600 Thorn. Now, I did base all of my planning off of 600 Thorn for myself. And anything I have over 600, I'm going to be selling as time goes on to make some, put some cash in my pocket, So once Thorn hits $15 is my first sell-off price. It was going to be $10, but then I goofed and bought my additional Thorn way too early, and I want to make more of a profit on those that I purchased than $10. So $15 would be when I first do my first little round of sell-offs. And then after that is going to be probably about every $5 increase. I'll go ahead and sell what I have over 600. And keep in mind, I'm going to be short-term staking until the price hits what I'm looking for on the price. So I may miss, I may miss the $20 mark and instead sell at the $25 mark because of my tokens being locked in short-term staking. It is what it is, So now a word to the smaller guys like me, or people that have even less Thorn than I do. You may be getting some pressure from some people saying, hey, Thorn is going to the moon. It's going to be $250, $300. Why the hell would you sell or lend at, 30 or 40 or $50, whatever your plan is, and if we knew for a fact that Thorn was going to have that price, if we had a time machine or a crystal ball or something, then yeah, they would be absolutely correct. It would be silly to sell for only 30 or 40 or $50. But there are two important things to realize when you're small. If you can take, whatever, say you had $200 and you got in around 90 cents, so you've got, whatever that is, 225 Thorn. somewhere in that ballpark. And you turn around, and Thorn hits $50, and you sell 25 of those at $50, and you get, what was that, $1,250, something like that? Yeah, $1,250. No. Come on, math. Come on, brain. Whatever. You sell it and you get, $1,400, and then you stake the rest, and you've got a freaking $40,000 loan or whatever it is, and you're getting interest on that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's you're taking small steps. You're doing what makes sense to you to put some more money in your pocket. You may not be in a position where you can realistically hold out long enough to turn your 225 Thorn into a $400,000 value, even if the price did end up hitting, a couple $100. That might take 6 months. It might take, who knows how long that's going to take, and more importantly, who knows how long Thorn is going to last after that, because Thorn's not going to last forever. I do believe that they'll be around longer than most of these platforms, but they won't be around forever. So it's important to remember when you're small, like I am, that any win is a win, So, for example, if I sell some of my Thorn and then loan the rest at $50, and I make a crazy amount of money off of what, versus what I put into it, I'm not going to care if the price jumps up to $200 a month later. Like, I will be a little salty about it, but I'm not going to beat myself up because I still, I won. I got my money out. I made, times 10 of my initial investment is in my pocket. And, I'm withdrawing, my initial investment or double my initial investment every day that it runs. So that is a great position to be in. Could it be better if it was at 200? Well, of course it could. But I'm not going to beat myself up over not waiting. I'm going to take what I've got and I'm going to be very happy with that. And of course, I'm going to earmark most of what I make towards, new opportunities down the road. Whatever they may be. I'm going to earmark some funds or most of my funds for future investment opportunities, like Thorn, or whatever, like GMT, which I'm pretty sure I missed the boat on GMT. This new, my new schedule's got me all jacked up, and I'm pretty sure I missed the ICO. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I've got for this morning. Whatever happens with your investment, as long as you win with it, don't ever beat yourself up for not holding out longer. At the worst, I would say, hey, maybe this is your first ICO. Maybe you kind of have a little bit of weak hands going on because you've never done this before, right? So maybe next time you'll wait a little bit longer and get a closer to ceiling price than you did with Thorn. But it's still okay. That's fine. It's a learning experience. Whether you win or you lose, you should be learning something with whatever you do. That's how you get better. So, have a good morning, guys. Have a great day. For those of you on the other side of the world, for me, have a good night. And I will see you guys later. And I will definitely be monitoring my interest. And I will have an answer for you guys soon. I'm really hoping that when I look at my interest on Saturday, that it is almost like I can almost not even tell the difference in the Thorn, because that'll put to rest anything like it. That'll for sure, like, we need to wait for our price points to implement our plans before we lend. But if it does double, then I'm going to take that information and send it to Thorn and ask for clarification. And so I might not have an answer by Saturday. I might have an answer, Sunday when they get back to me, or maybe Monday or something. But regardless, I will have an answer soon. Take care, guys.